Okay, greetings and peace, everyone. My name is Neo, N-E-O. Hope all is well with all of you. I'm back with a new video. The video that I've been talking about that I was gonna do a while ago about my heightened sense of smell, but I did it one time either last week or the week before, and either my battery went out or one of my cameras, my battery went out, and I couldn't finish it at that time, or maybe it was my other cell phone. It was my cell phone camera. The SIM card, the SD card, it was full because I have a lot of videos on my cell phone. A lot of videos that I download from YouTube so that I can watch them whenever I'm bored and I'm somewhere else where I don't have internet access. Then that's when I go ahead watch the videos. But anyways, this video right here is about heightened sense of smell. And as the months and days go by, a lot of people have been experiencing changes in their bodies, and that's understandable because that's the changes in our DNA and stuff. With me and my family that's on my father's side, like me, my immediate family, and my family that's on my father's side, we have always had a heightened sense of smell that goes beyond like the average the average human. And we never understood what that was. We just knew that we can smell a lot of things that most people can't smell, and especially at greater distance. And stuff to us is like, when we smell certain things, it's amplified. So to everybody else, something might be at a normal sense smell. However, to us, it's like boom. It's like really in our face, especially if you're a female or a male who have perfume or cologne on. When you walk in the door, as soon as you walk in the door, that's instantly we smell you. It's like whew. And then even with men and women, if they just left the room, I can still smell them that they was here. I smell their scent, that they was still in the room. So what I have noticed is that ever since childhood, and especially all the way up to this year, my sense of smell has really been amplified, and so amplified it is amazing. While working here at the restaurant with my uncle, what we have been doing is when he cooks, I can even smell when he put new grease in the fryer when he used to cook here, and also when he has a new seasoning, I can smell the change. I can smell the change. I'll be like at the cash register and it just be like, well, you change the seasoning. You either added a seasoning or you switched something out. And he couldn't smell it because he said he had he has sinuses problems. And let me relax, because I have so much energy in a lot of these videos, and that's why sometimes I might stutter or I might stumble over a word, because I just get so anxious and excited. So I gotta calm my energy down, calm my energy down, because I like my words to come out smoothly as possible. And okay, so back to the subject. So I'll give you some examples of heightened sense of smell. So again, the same hill that I was on, well, another hill, but it was in the same park. I was sitting up on a hill, and a hill of grass, just sitting there. Then down below, we had this young lady walking across in the street area. It was a park, and it was closed off, but it still was like a street, a pathway, but it was asphalt in the street. So it was a good 30 to 60 feet away, and I'm here up on top of a hill sitting, and she's walking around, and then I'm aware of her, and then as she's walking around, I can smell her lotion. So I'm like, she got cocoa butter lotion on. And I said to myself, I know I just didn't smell her lotion, and she's like 30 to 60 feet away. And it was like strong to me. It was extremely strong. It was so strong to the point where it was like she was about 5 feet away or less. Like, it's close. And I'm like, wow, literally smelled her lotion. And as she was still walking across, about when she got right at this angle over here, that's when it started to fade away. I'm like, wow, okay, that is weird. I'll give you the biggest and most amazing experience that I've never experienced before. This is when I knew something was up. Okay, I'm walking to the mall, all right? And then I'm walking across the street. You had this lady over here. At the time, I didn't know who it was or whatever at all. It had a white Ford Explorer, windows up, all windows up, and it was a red light. The person was at a red light. I'm walking across, and I'm not aware of what type of vehicle it is. I'm just walking across, and that's it. And then mid-street, I go, and then I don't look, and I'm still walking across slowly, and I say to myself out loud, Caucasian female, blonde hair. And then I look back, and then I laughed to myself. I'm like, whoa! Her windows was up. All her windows was up, all of them. And I was on point. She was a Caucasian female. She was blonde hair, and I smelled her shampoo. Because one thing that a lot of Caucasian females might not know, that I certainly know, is that their shampoo that they when they get done washing their hair and then they go on with their day, it sticks to their hair. So to all Caucasian females that are listening, and males too, because some males it does that to them too, but for the Caucasian females, when you wash your hair, it's the scent, it really does stick to your hair. And people like me who have a heightened sense of smell, I can smell you like at a greater distance. Like as soon as you walk in the door, depending on how far it is, I can smell you. And I could be having my head turned backwards. I'm like, Caucasian female, I smell a shampoo. She's in here somewhere. Something like that. And then when they get into, oh yeah, another example, when I was walking in the campus area. All right, campus area. Syracuse University, all right, and I'm walking across, and it was a bunch of them. It's a bunch of Caucasian females and males, and when they get together, it's a certain scent that they have. And this is all. It might sound weird to everybody because they haven't like been in a lot of people haven't been in my situation, but people with me, whenever I go places, people have certain senses. Or certain smells that give off certain smells, and there's certain smells that I identify with, and I know who the person is and what they are. And I've noticed that different Caucasians have a certain sense of, I mean, not a sense of smell, but a certain scent that I identify it. So it could be a group. I could be blindfolded. It could be a group of Caucasians anywhere. You can place them anywhere, and I can almost guarantee you that I'll be able to identify them just by smelling them. All the way from when I was younger, all the way till now, I just been able to identify different scents of people. So far, the so-called Indians, the Indian people, they have a certain smell to them too, so I can identify that smell. So far, the so-called African Americans or the black people, I haven't really identified that smell yet. I'm gonna keep that in mind though, to pay attention to that. So I'll be able to identify them if I can't see them wherever they are. But back to the Syracuse University one, it was a group of them, and I wasn't even looking. And I'm walking, and like, smells. I identify that smell, and then I look. And I smelled the shampoo. It was I'd say a good 20 to 30 feet away, maybe a little bit further, 20 feet away. And at the university, they was all getting together for some bus trip or something like that. They had like a shuttle, and they was all signing up. And it was a group of them. The mixture of smell that I smelled were shampoo and the linen of their clothes. The linen, so they had some clean clothes on. I can smell the clean clothes, like they just got done doing laundry. I can still smell it. So it was a mixture of all of that. And then I looked and I was like, okay, yep, I identified that group that just because of the smell that I was getting. So that was that. And one of the biggest reasons why I like Wolverine from the X-Men, because my favorite Marvel Comics characters are Thor, number one, Thor, because Thor reminds me to be courageous. I love his courage, his wittiness. He's charming, very, very, very strong. And I identified him the second time I watched the movie, the Thor movie, because the first time I watched him, I didn't like all that medieval stuff and that thou should not do this and all of that talk. But then I was laying down, literally laying down in bed, and then my intuition told me, watch that video, watch that movie one more time. Just watch it. And it was just, I didn't know why, and I just said, okay, I'm gonna watch this movie one more time. And I watched it, and by the time I got done, I was like, yo, that movie was amazing. The first time I didn't like it, but watching it the second time, I'm like, yo. And then watching all of the, at the end, towards the credits or in the credits, they had all of the images of space and outer space, all of the different colors. It was beautiful, and I was just like amazed, and I was glued to it. I loved all of the outer space stuff, and I identify it because I'm from out there, like from the Sirius star constellation. So that's where I come from, as a soul, as a spirit. I come from Sirius, and primary souls here on Earth, if I'm correct, are from Sirius and the Pleiadian star systems. Primarily, mostly that. There's some Arcturian, and what's the other ones that I know of? I think it's Adronis, and all of those. But as far as history on this planet, Sirius, it has the most, put in the most work, one of the most work, some of the most work. Sirius and Pleiadians, but I'll say Sirius because Sirius is dates way back in Kemet, Lemurians. I'm not sure about Atlantis. Not sure about that, but I know Lemuria and Kemet. Those are the two things. That's why Kemet talks a lot about Sirius and the outer world stuff, but Sirius, you'll see Sirius and Kemet mixed together a lot. Let me see here. So I watched it. So that's the reason why I like Thor. And oh, another reason why I like Thor is his hammer. Only he can pick up that hammer. Him and anybody else who's on that frequency. You have to be on a certain frequency to be able to pick that thing up. And I love, what's that movie called? The Avengers. I love the fact that not even a Hulk could have picked up that hammer. He couldn't even pick it up. Once I saw that, that's how serious I knew that hammer was, and I was like, wow, that thing is serious. So my second favorite Marvel comic character, and I know I'm going off topic, but I'm gonna get to Wolverine. My second one is Professor X, because of his psychic abilities and his leadership. Most of his psychic abilities I've experienced, just about all of them I've experienced. So that's one of the reasons why I identify with him, and his intellect and his leadership. All of those I identify with, and I love it. And then we come to Wolverine. Wolverine, he actually was my first superhero that I liked until I came into Professor X and then Thor. But Wolverine, I identify him because of course his sense of smell. His sense of smell, I'm like, yo, my sense of smell is like almost identical to him. It's crazy. That and his instincts too, because he knows something is up, and that's how I am. I know when something is up. So his instincts, aka his intuition, same with Professor X intuition also. I love that, but also Wolverine's his rage. When I was younger, I tell you, man, I had a lot of rage, and you can't tell right now because I'm a lot more calm. I have my energy, my rage in intact. And one thing about a lot of small people like me is we might look small, but we have a lot of energy. And you get on our bad side, then boom, it's just it's crazy. And I don't allow people to see the other side, because that other side is wicked. Maybe when I do some acting, I'll be able to express that and show people. But when I show it, you probably be like, but I have another side of me that is serious, and I only bring, oh well, no pun intended, it's serious. I like that word, serious. Every time I say serious, I always think of serious. I always think of my home. But the rage that he has, it excites me when I see him in the movie, and like when he stabs somebody with his claws. I just love seeing that. But and I know that that's just in the movie. So I take a deep breath and say, all right, relax, just let it go. Because sometimes when I see him going into rage, it kind of like fires me up, and I'm just like, it's like I want to fight somebody. I want to fight somebody and just demolish somebody. But then I really relax and say, okay, come on, calm down, relax, keep that rage inside of you, don't let it come out, keep it in there. So that's the reason why I like Wolverine, because all of his abilities, well, his sense of smell and his instincts, those I really like, and I connect with. So the heightened sense of smell, I believe that it has to do with the earth changes and the changes in our DNA, because that's what's going on right now. For the people who don't know, there's a lot of earth changes going on right now. Earth is going into a new dimension. I heard that it already is in a new dimension, but it's just we have to catch up to it, to Mother Earth. So that's what's changing, and then our frequencies are changing also, and then our body is going through different changes. So for me, I've experienced heightened intuition, heightened sense of smell, telepathy. I'm still experimenting with my telepathy and understanding how to really use it. But if you have it, actually all of us have experienced telepathy in some sort of way, but not many people just have been able to identify it. So me, I'm understanding it a lot more, and how to send out blocks of thought and be able to receive it more. But now been receiving it a lot more now from my angels and my higher self, because telepathy is not really a mind-to-mind thing fully. A lot of people think that it's a mind-to-mind thing. If I remember correctly, it also has to do with the body in some sort, and energy. Because when I get intuitive messages from like different beings, I know, I feel it in my body too. It's not just a impression in my head, because in intuition, you get into intuitive insights from a variety of sources. And actually, you know what, I'm gonna stop right here, because this video is supposed to be about my sense of smell. So I'm cutting it off right here. So next one, I'll do something with intuition again, another intuition video. I love doing these videos, and a lot of people, they really love it and enjoy it, because they are learning also. So whatever I can do to teach people about intuition and a variety of other things, I want to go ahead and do it. So until next time, peace out. This video was about my heightened sense of smell, and if you have the same experience or similar, go ahead, write down below, and yeah, go ahead. All right, peace out.